Coach, playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Check. Check. 55. Come on. I can't believe they let you play.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
7 now from the 28. Here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game. That they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they... Bell running on first down as he'll push forward for about 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Bell. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Now it's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
5 yards on the play, and it's third down.
That's right. Come on, bring it over there, right? 52's the mic. Here we go, here we go.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Caught by his tight end, Wesco. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Darnold now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Bell running on first down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Dolphins' 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball.
Here's Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Slam.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that block.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys are going to get the ball at their own 47-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third and 2, Darnold. Over the middle, he's got the tight end, Wesco. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
At the 37-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold. And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Open man is Anderson. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Here's Bell, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Darnold from the gun. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back to throw, Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. Who's behind him? Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Brings up second over here at the 43-yard line.
Second and 5 now. Rodgers. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 27 yards there, a first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Traquan Smith there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down now, it's Bell, and he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Darnold down to throw. Wide open receiver complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers, 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On play action, Rodgers. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
319. Back north. Whip. Watch the whip.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's complete to Graham. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch it. Hatch it. 30.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. And caught by Henry. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
No. 58. 50 seconds. Come on. Yeah, live. Check me out. Scan 300.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Joker. Check 26. Switch. Inside. Under 10. Under 50. Hey, you block over here.
On second down, here's Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Time to go now. Uncle, over here. Wide, get wide.
Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen. This is Samuels. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On now the Miami field goal unit. His kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
That's it, baby.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football, and we just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Second down and 10, Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson. 54 yards as his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Safarian Jenkins has it. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Number 58. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Watch the run.
Throwing again. Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check 50. Check 50. Back north. 57's the mic. Watch 57. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Derrick Henry, 31 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll go again with Bell. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On first down, it's Samuels. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. J.J. Watt able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Watch the slack, watch the slack. Hey, shoot. Check 55, Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike, bye-bye.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no? Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Derrick Henry, 89 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Bell. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Mike 55, Mike. Hey, Charlie.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. Throwing right, and that's complete. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
After the penalty, it's Bell. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Hey, that's good.
From the 45 on second down, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Darnold. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now they are going for it. Darnold. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Let it! 258! Check inside. Check. Check 31. Check 31.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run it again with Henry. Broke through some contacts, but unable to reach the 40. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. Shotgun. Here it's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach. That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now it's Darnold. He's looking deep for Bell. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Derrick Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. The open man is Smith. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 59 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A good pickup there, a 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated, the front and the back.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Here we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Touchdown, Jets. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Sirline connects on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
On second down, Samuels. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Christian Wilkins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, check 26. 57. Mike, we didn't get that.
To throw is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Rodgers. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his... presence is felt.
25-yard line.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.